One last thought about empathy. So you may have noticed that I talked a lot about emotions and feelings throughout these videos. And that is because emotions and feelings are really what connect us as humans. And so even though we can have different thoughts and opinions than another person, we can definitely imagine that's having that same feeling that they're feeling, because we're also humans who have feelings, and we've had feelings in similar or dissimilar circumstances in the past. An example would be if someone was telling me about how worried they are about losing a parent who has an illness. So I haven't personally lost a parent who has an illness, but I have grieved the loss of a family member before. I know how it feels to be worried about someone I love. I know how it feels to feel out of control in a situation, like we don't have any control of making something better. I know how it feels to be lost with that. And when someone's opening up to me, I might not fully get exactly that same experience because I haven't had it. But if they're talking to me about their grief or feeling out of control or feeling really scared, if I'm able to validate, gosh, it makes sense to me that you would be scared. You love your parents so much. You wish you could make this better. You don't know what's going to happen. The thought of losing them is very scary for you. If I'm able to show them that I understand that feeling, we have then a really secure connection in that moment. We are able to feel really close. And so I want us to practice when we're communicating with our partner, even if we haven't had the same experience as them, or even if we really disagree on their opinions on a situation, to try to connect on that emotion. And one thing we want to try not to do is tell our partner they should be feeling differently. Let's take shoulds and shouldn'ts off the table when we're talking to our partner and trying to understand them, because feelings really aren't something that we have control of. They happen, and we want to, the thing that helps us cope with feelings is being able to accept that they're there and make some space for them and name them and feel understood in that feeling. And that can actually help us get through even the most difficult feelings. So if our partner is really scared of maybe they're, like back to that example about work. So if your partner's telling you about work and that they're really worried about disappointing people, and they say, I'm even scared that maybe I'm going to get laid off. We want to be able, even if we know, gosh, there's no chance that they would be laid off. They're so important at this company. Before we give them that encouragement, we want to be able to validate that emotion and be able to say, oh, gosh, that must be so scary for you. It must be so scary to think that you might not be able to keep this job. And not say something like, oh, you shouldn't feel scared. That's stupid. Because that's going to just shut our partner down or lead them to get more defensive.